What are you doing, Mama?
I'm looking for pictures.
We have tons of photos.
You just
All
look
in
over
albums.
there. You could just
You
see.
shouldn't say, do we have photos? Do we have albums?
How many photos do we have?
Here we are with so many books, so many pictures. We have a really funny story to tell.
This is him, my mom, when he was 6 or 7 months.
Here is Cristina in Spain with both grandparents.
Loved him to death. They spoiled him rotten. That was their baby. My mom gave him her car when she stopped driving. She says, one of these days he's gonna drive.
It was the first granddaughter in both families. She was the first niece in all the families. So yeah, everybody was having fun with her.
He's just there. When you tell him we're gonna take a picture, he's ready. He poses, he's ready. He would smile all the time. Now you can't get him to smile.
So this was a camping trip we took right after I graduated from college. It was like the week after I graduated because I just needed to get away, and we didn't have any money because I hadn't been working. So this is our tent trailer, and we were up in El Capitan up by Santa Barbara.
Oh, look at this one. This is a funny story. Here is Cristina meeting important people, like the President of the United States, Bill Clinton.
One morning I get up and Sean's not in the tent trailer, and I look out and there he is running around naked with a beach ball, trying to play volleyball with some people in the volleyball courts.
The president went to visit Christina's school. The funny thing is that she thought, they told her, oh, the president is coming, Cristina, you need to be so excited. And she said, yes, yes. She was 5 or 6. But she understood, instead of president, she understood presents.
It was like, no, you have to put clothes on before you play volleyball. He liked to be naked a lot in those days.
So when she saw the president of the United States, she said, well, I thought it was Santa Claus, because the Santa Claus is the one who brings the presents, and not the president. So that's why she has that face like, that's not the president. Santa Claus.
Oh, well, here's one we did where we went to the Grand Canyon and we did the Grand Canyon train. They had cowboys. The best part, on the way back, they robbed the train.
When Stephen was learning the states and the capitals, he decided he wanted to go visit all 50 states and capitals, saying he wanted to do them in alphabetical order.
They stopped the train, and our conductor in our car made the announcement that we were being robbed. We're being robbed by bandits. Sean in his whole life had never said the word crap, and he looks at me and goes, oh crap.
So we got the map out and we looked at how it would be if you went, from Alaska to Arizona.
Alabama, Arizona, yes.
And decided that that wasn't the way to go see the state capitals.
Well, he didn't want the bandits to steal his money. So he could see him coming through the car, and I gave him $1. I said, just tell him this is all you got, give him the dollar bill. And it was like tips is really what this was, the way they collected their tips.
I don't know, we counted up how many.
It's like 13 or something that we've been to, something like that.
Yeah, we've got a ways to go.
And so they come in and the guy shoots his gun off and says, give me all your watches and your money. And Sean goes, this is all I've got. He hands up his $1 and the guy says, are you sure? And Sean's like, yes. So then a little while later, the sheriff comes through and Sean's like, they went that away, get my $1 back. And the guy says, I don't think you'll ever see that $1 again.
Growing up with a sister like Cristina, that is probably one of the best questions I'll probably ever get.
When John was born, I was still really, really young. He's no different than any other child in my eyes because that's all that I know.
My youngest son, Kenneth, he's 24 years old. He moved out to work in Japan.
I've obviously embraced Rachel for, my entire life. I view her as a sister, not a sister with Downs.
Before he started school, my mother would take him to a program where they would have speech therapists, and we would do swimming and just all types of activities. It was cool because whatever he got to do, I got to go do too. So when he had swimming or, you know, whatever, I would get to go and play in the pool that day.
It wasn't an easy one. To be honest, it's probably one of the most challenging things I will go through in my entire life.
Some reason Kenneth doesn't associate with Elena really well.
It was just frustrating for me because it was just like, why aren't you getting this? And then he would actually get frustrated because it's like, why don't you understand that I can't get this?
Through their adolescence, it was really difficult for him to understand her condition.
You do have to teach them more, and they may never get it at all. And that's difficult. That's really difficult because after explaining yourself so many times, you get tired.
I struggle with letting her do what she wants to do, but then also trying to make sure that she's on the right path.
I ended up starting to teach, and I taught special education. And I ended up having John as my student. So that was a little different. Those are the days when I really recognized the disability or what he was capable of and what he was not.
It's hard for me because I want to see her get everything that she wants, but I want to make sure that she's doing it in the right way.
A lot comes down to attention as well. And then when it comes down to attention, I've gotten more attention than her. And seeing her now on the show is absolutely awesome because I get to see how it feels not to get as much attention. But in my family, we try dividing the attention equally, of course.
Kenneth didn't want to be with her when his friends is around here. And Kenneth felt embarrassment that he has a sister with disabilities.
My parents came to everything. They saw all my games and stuff, and Christina, she came to all of them. But as she started doing the Olympics and all that stuff, I didn't go. And I regret that, honestly. I wish I did go. Because it's things many people don't get to experience, and I missed out on this. Starting to change that, trying.
I had a conversation with Kenneth that Ellen has a disabilities, and when I said to him, I understand how he feels because I'm going through with daily basis difficulty with Elena too. What he said it is, no, you don't understand because you had your life without Elena for 30 years. But I was born and she was already here. I felt really sorry for him and I really took a responsibility how he feels now. It was difficult for me too.
That's a question I get a lot from a lot of my friends. How's it growing up with them? Do you wish that they weren't even existing? Do you wish you had a different sister who didn't have a disability? You know, no.
Yeah, sometimes he's a little embarrassing when he does his dancing and stuff and singing, but I think ultimately that is what makes him unique and different and special to all of us because we are all of the kids in this family are very different, and he's added to that as opposed to, you know, bringing it down.
But he accepting her and he has a feeling towards her, but he's a very sensitive child as well. So he doesn't know how to show her affection.
There's so many great moments with Christina that it just bounces off all those bad moments you have.
Lee and I are completely excited about the fact that at someday, you know, Rachel may become our responsibility.
You want him to be able to live on his own and take care of himself, but it's something that is probably not feasible because if you cannot keep track of time or money, how you know how can you survive on your own?
You know, life goes according to plan, and you know, my parents go before Rachel. You know, she will be living with us, and I want to make sure that the decisions she's making right now set herself up for a successful life.
We're going to do whatever we need to do when that time comes. We both are going to make accommodations for him in our homes regardless.
If and when that time comes, you know, she's in a good place, and you know, she doesn't have a life that's harder than it really should be. Agreed.
You can make your life anything you want.
I just want to feel love.
I'm here, I'm alive, I'm human. We have to stick together.